Two Cardi B clones are out here doing podcast interviews to revive their flopping careers. When the music doesn't stick, the fallback plan is always the same. Sit down somewhere, cry about your struggles, and hope pity turns into streams. It's the new hustle. Interviews instead of hits. Cardi B is doing it. So Saweetie says the industry counts her out because of her looks. What she calls pretty girl punishment. And I believe there's some truth to that. Because yes, pretty girl privilege is real, but the backlash against it is real too.
I saw it on TikTok. They were like, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't talk about pretty punishment. There's been so many times I've just been counted out, and I know that it's behind animosity. I know it's because of a hidden agenda, but it makes me work harder. But this has happened, like, my whole life. So it's like, what I deal with in the industry is just, different face, same case.
Oof.
Something tells me Saweetie or Sweetie, however it's pronounced, was promised the same blow-up as Cardi. Think about it. She and Cardi had Migos boyfriends, similar branding, the same pretty girl rap image. On paper, she looked like the next one up. But the difference? Cardi's machine delivered, and Saweetie's didn't. Now her career is flatlining, and instead of hits, she's out here talking about pretty girl punishment. I bet behind the scenes, she's furious that her trajectory fell apart while Cardi's gimmick with the same formula actually worked. And the irony is in Saweetie's own words. In that interview, she said, "Different face, same case." But that phrase is literally the definition of her role in the Cardi B effect. She's another clone, a different face, but the same formula. It's almost poetic because the line describes her entire career arc. The way the industry manufactures a pipeline of disposable clones to keep the Cardi B model going. Saweetie just accidentally summed it up herself. Here's the problem. Saweetie has been in the game long enough that people are judging her on her results. And when you've gone years without a solid hit, the conversation shifts. Pretty can only carry you so far in a business that demands numbers. Look at Ice Spice, Sexy Red, even Glorilla. Nobody is calling them lyrical masterminds, but they connect with the fans, they go viral, and they deliver so-called hits. That's the difference. Saweetie is stuck in the middle, not exceptional lyrically, not relatable enough to spark a movement, and not consistent enough musically. So the very thing that gave her a pass at first, her looks, is now seen as the only reason she's still here. And to be fair, she has put out songs I personally think slap. She's been persistent, and that deserves credit because she's not giving up. But when your biggest talking point after years in the industry is your looks and not your catalog, it says a lot. The truth, the audience today values relatability and momentum over looks. And if Saweetie wants to survive the Cardi B era of clones, she has to prove she's more than a face and a brand deal. She has to prove she's an actual artist. So, Ice Spice gave Cardi B her flowers, or so it seemed. But listen, fans immediately caught what felt like a backhanded compliment. She basically said Cardi B gave her hope because Nicki seemed too unattainable.
What made you say I'm going to take this seriously? Was there a moment or a person that you saw doing something that made you say, maybe I could do a song or this could be a career?
I feel like Cardi B definitely brought back that hope of girls could rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because for a long time, Nicki seemed so unattainable and that's part of the lore too.
Yes.
Of why I was so obsessed because I'm only she could do it.
Translation: Nicki set the bar too high, and Cardi lowered it enough for others to walk through. That's not a compliment. That's confirmation of what critics have been saying for years. Now, do I think Ice Spice knew she was being shady? Honestly, no. I don't think she even realizes the weight of her words yet, but unintentionally or not, she clocked some truth. Because Cardi B did open the door, not by raising the standard, but by normalizing mediocrity wrapped in viral moments. She proved you don't have to write, you don't have to perform at Nicki's level. You just need to write the algorithm, attach to the right names, and sell the right chaos. And Ice Spice herself is living proof. She's been called an opportunist. She's built her brand on viral aesthetics more than lyrical depth. She's Megan 2.0 in terms of using the machine to her advantage. The Cardi B effect isn't about talent. It's about relatability, shock value, and industry planting. And when Ice Spice says Cardi gave her hope, she's basically admitting the bar moved on. That's exactly what I've said in my previous video. The Cardi B effect. The way the industry shifted from lyrical ability to image, relatability, and shock value. And finally, let's talk about Cardi B's own words in her recent interview. She opened up about her new album. She confirmed her pregnancy with Stefon Diggs and compared herself to being 16 again, saying she feels open, vulnerable, and easily influenced.
And I want to know what, if anything, you want to share about that with the class.
Well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefon Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that? And that this will be baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very strong. I feel very powerful that I'm doing all this work, but I'm doing all this work while I'm creating a baby.
About opening your heart up again or falling in love again or even dating again. Were you concerned about that?
Yes. And one thing about like dating, like it's like when you date, you feel like you're like 16 again. And I don't really.
Well, you want to feel like you're 16. You want to meet somebody that makes you feel like that.
You do, but then it's like you also remember what you dealt with when you were 16. So it's like restarting again.
Well, that part, yeah.
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 And being open.
And vulnerable.
Now, pause right there. You're a grown woman, a mother of 3, and counting, and your reference point for your emotional state is being 16. That's not vulnerability. You're immature. That's admitting that you're still stuck in a teenager's mindset, which explains so many of the reckless choices we've seen you make. And then she mentioned her partner telling her, "Let me heal you."
And like one time he just told me, like, it's like, let me heal you. Give me a chance for me to heal you. And it's like, okay.
He said, "Let me heal you."
Mm-hmm.
On the surface, that sounds so sweet. But it's weird. Like relying on someone else to fix her instead of growing past her own patterns. She's not healing. She's just repeating cycles of broken decisions. She's out here laughing it off, calling it fun, like being a married woman, still sleeping around, with your divorce not even finalized and a baby barely a year old from your estranged husband is some kind of a flex. Promiscuity is not fun, it's dysfunction. What kind of Jerry Springer Lifetime movie is she living in? And the wildest part, Cardi B admitted that everybody kept telling her to have fun. This isn't even new. Last year, she was already saying her friends told her to go out and party to cope with the divorce stress. But let's be real, As a grown woman, a mother, you can't keep taking advice from fans and friends who don't even know you personally, because look what fun led to. But kids are a blessing, and a fourth one is even better. So congrats to her, if she really is pregnant, because I still don't believe she is. When Gail asked her straight up if she and Stefon wanted a child together, Cardi said yes. But then she immediately rushed into the whole "I was just having fun" statement, because deep down she knew that baby wasn't planned.
Something tells me they'll be happy for you because you have children, he has children. Were you thinking, you know, the way we feel about each other, we both want to have a child together?
Yes. I mean, you know, everybody kept telling me, like, I should have fun.
Yes.
And we had a little bit of too much fun, and now I'm here. I'm here.
This whole relationship just sounds like a string of dysfunctional relationships that end in drama, child support battles, and baby mama chaos. So her future episodes are already written. You could just see what is gonna play out. She turned her womb into part of a PR rollout. And to me, it feels like she just broke the Guinness World Record for the lowest class behavior in modern celebrity culture. Her marriage was the one thing saving her reputation from the start. Offset made her look legitimate. But now, the mask is off. And I wasn't fooled. She disconnected from reality, still acting like a teenager and selling it as empowerment. At some point, the industry and her fans need to ask themselves, is this really the woman you want shaping culture? Or is this the final proof of how far the bar has been lowered? So now we've seen it all. Saweetie crying about Pretty Girl Punishment, Ice Spice admitting Cardi B lowered the bar, and Cardi herself proving that her decisions reflect the mindset of someone stuck in adolescence. Drop your thoughts below. Let's keep this conversation going. Thank you.